So you right click on the floor as well, and you go to the Dreadland, to the next dimension. So let's take a look at what you need to do on the next dimension. So remember that now that we have the next dimension available for us, we also need to grab the new Necronomicon. So the next one is gonna be the Dreadlands Necronomicon, and you can see you need exactly the same as before, these kind of skins, but now are the red skins here, the skin of the Dreadlands, which are crafted with Dread Fragments and the Dreadland Essence. Dreadland Essence, as before, you can use your Staff of Rending, and we need to collect Dreadland Energy. So let's jump in to the next dimension. Welcome to Hell, the Dreadlands. Now you can see there's basically two kind of biomes in here. Now first thing you need to do, or I will recommend if you have this, is put a waypoint here back home. There you go, so you're not losing yourself. So you have the Abyssal Stone, so you have basically the purple and the red Dreadstone, and you will see there are different kind of mobs in here. So we have this in here, these are the Dread Guards, and actually I'm gonna remove my armor here so I don't damage these. So these are the Red Guards. Let's kill these guys and see what they drop. There you go. And they will drop these Dreadland Shards that you can use to get the Dreadium Ingots. And in the crystallization process that actually I'm going to show all these crystallization at the end. But these Dreadium Ingots, you can make, of course, the plates, katana hate, this is for the katana sword, and these armor as well, which is really nice. You can make the pickaxe, etc, etc. And let's see what else. Now you see there are some mobs that are purple that are not gonna attack you, and some mobs that are red, like this one here, that are gonna attack you. So if I go creative, if I go survival for a second, actually let me put back my armor just in case. There you go. So now if I approach this guy, oh, of course he's gonna attack me now because I just damaged him. So that's why he's gonna actually attack me, but normally they will not attack you. Let me grab this guy as well. This is the first Feast of Chakran something. What else we have in here? Well, we have several stuff that we can do, but for now, let me cut and find some materials that we're gonna need to explain what you need to do on this dimension. Alright, so this is some of the creatures you can encounter in this Dreadland dimension. You see the Chocolat, we have the Feast of Chocolat, we have the Dread Spawn, the Dreadline, Great Dread Spawn, we have these Abyssal Need Golems, Dreaded Abyssal Need Golem, and these Dread Guards. And on this side we have the Abyssal Need Golem with this one. Now these two don't get along very well, so you can see they will start, if they find each other, they will start fighting. So there you go. So we have also the Demon Pig, the Demon Cow, and the Demon Sheep, and the Demon Chicken. And as you can see in here on my Staff of Rending, I have 98 over 100 Dreadlands energy. So if let's get two more, there you go, two more, we get the Dreadland Essence, which we can use, and let me show you inside here. We can use inside this in here to get, of course, the skin of Dreadlands. And then we can use it to surround our Abyssal Wasteland Necronomicon to get the Dreadlands Necronomicon. There you go. So we have the Dreadland Necronomicon, which it has a bunch of information now in here in the Dreadlands. And also, it has information, of course, in some rituals that we need to do. So let's see what this dimension also has to offer and how to progress to the next dimension. Alright, so these are some of the materials you can find in this dimension. The Dreadstone bricks you can craft and all of these different blocks. You can also find the Dreadland Abyssal ore, this one here, and you can use this one to smelt the Abyssal ingots. And this one as well, the dreaded Abyssal ore, and you can use it as well to craft these ingots. Also in the process of crystallization that we're gonna talk at the end of the video, I think. We have the Redline grass. You can get these saplings as well. That will give you this kind of leaf and wood. And also you can use this wood, of course, to make a bunch of stuff, including the planks that you can use to craft all the stuff in Minecraft, including what is it? The katana, that is to make this Dreadium katana with all this crystal. And talking about crystal, you get some of this crystal by killing mobs in here. You get a chunk of Abyssal Need that you can use as well. You get the dread fragment that we use to craft ourselves this kind of stuff, right? This shard, you can actually, you need a transmutator. The transmutator you can craft in here using the corallium bricks, a block of refined corallium. So all that we learned to do in a previous episode. Now in here I cannot put coal because it's not going to work in the transmutation. So I need this liquid corallium bucket. So once you put it, this is gonna transform itself and you will get these Dreadium ingots that you can use for a bunch of stuff, including some armor, but also some of the stuff you're gonna use in the rituals. As you can see, I got myself some of there. Now if I get that armor, by the way, I can actually smelt it back. And I will get back the Dreadium ingots from smelting the armor in a regular furnace, by the way. So you can see we get back 1 ingot from that, and here we're getting from these crystals. Okay, so now that we have all that, we can also, of course, craft the regular in here. If I shift right click, you will see we have the ritual pedestal and the ritual altar has on all of the other dimensions, but in this case we're using other blocks to get that. We're using these Dreadstone bricks, and in here we have also the overworld energy. No, actually this is not the overworld, this is the Dreadlands energy pedestal. Yeah, you can craft using this recipe, and it has to be well, it can be anywhere, but you need this amount of PE. Of course that you need this Redline Necronomicon in order to craft it. Now the thing is that the first thing you need right now is go to here and craft this altar of Chocolat. That's why we needed to know how to use this, how to create those Dreadium ingots. All the rest we already know how to make, and we already have this key. And the second part of this in here is actually the altar of, this is the top part of this altar. Now once you have these 2 parts, okay, we need to go ahead and find a special biome that I'm gonna go look, and I think it's probably this one here. This is Redline Mountain, so perfect. Yeah, this is exactly the biome that we need. So I'm gonna go to level 40 and meet you guys over there. Alright, now that we are at level 40, we are in the Redline Mountains and level 40 on my Y coordinates. You need, of course, to craft the altar itself, which is a ritual like this. You need a sacrifice and 20,000 P on your Necronomicon, and it has to be in the Dreadlands. And the other piece is this one, also the same location, 20,000 P and a sacrifice requires. When you have the two powers, you can actually combine them like so. Okay. Now I have to click on the top block to enter the lair of Shagarot. So right click on this one, and right now we are on the lair of Shagarot. Not a lot of stuff to see in here, actually very simple lair, but you can see what we have in here. So if we Dreadguard spawners block, yeah, of course, if I'm not in creative, if I'm not in let me put some armor and see what we can do in survival here. But you can see as soon as I approach, I will get attacked by those guys in here. Okay, at least I'm protected, and I push them away. Okay, but there you go, we have the two of them right there. I'm just gonna go like so, and I'm gonna grab this sword so we kill these guys very fast. There you go. These are the guys that dropped the shards. And if we approach these, we have another spawner. Also the guards, we have another spawner here. A nice lava cascade in there, lava fall. And in here we have actually a couple of nice stuff. We have the Crystallizer that you can grab by yourself and take it with you. This is another of the spawners. We have a furnace, a crafting bench, and also an anvil if you want to use this. But let's get straight into here. As soon as I go down in here, you will see there's a drop. And these are blocks, a block of Dreadium, which is really nice. But you can see I'm gonna drop in here, and I'm gonna switch back to creative for a second. And you will see this guy is really big and is facing... let me use this. And actually I'm gonna switch back to creative. There you go. But let me show you this guy, how it is. Look at how ugly it is. So when you enter, it's not gonna face you, but as soon as you enter inside the lair, you will see this is Shagarot, the Dread Beast. So I'm gonna kill this guy very quickly with this on creative. He's gonna start spawning these creatures here, so you have to better get rid of them first before taking this guy, but of course not now. I'm just gonna keep hitting this guy. Right, so this guy is almost done. I'm just gonna kill these creatures here. You see this guy is dead, almost dead, but now he's gonna die. Fall of the Dread Beast. The chest behind me holds the legendary treasure of the Dreadlands. You will see that the legendary treasure, by the way, a bunch of loot in here, which is really nice, but the legendary treasure is not that good at all. So let's go. You have to open, of course, in here. You go back here, you have a big chest, and just the legendary treasure of the Dreadlands. It's a piece of dirt. But that's it. There's nothing else that I know of in here, so you can start digging, but not that I'm aware of in any case. But you will get also this in here, the Dread Plague Gateway Key. This actually was dropped by this boss. So let's see what we need to do in order to activate this key. Alright, so how cool this armor looks. This is the Dreadium Samurai Helmet, Chestplate, Leggings and Boot. And also I have the Katana here. Let me show it. Look at that. How cool it looks. Very nice. Now, I forgot to mention the crystallization here. For example, if you want to use that, you can use blaze rods to burn these dreaded abyssal need ores that you can find in here. And at the same time we're doing that, actually let me show you what we get. We get these crystallized dreadium shards that we can use, by the way. We can burn them, and also you can use to make this crystallized dreadium. And these one are the one you need for example, the katana blade and other stuff. But what we need right now is actually grab this Dread Plague Gateway Key that we got, and if we throw some liquid corallium in here to start smelting that one, you will see that now we're gonna get the Chocolat. I'm not gonna even try it. Can only be used within the Dreadlands. So this is the next key that you're gonna need to open the next portal for us. So I'm gonna do the same and throw it right here. Boom, and there you go. This is the next key. If you take a look, we went to the Wasteland, we are in the Dreadlands, and now we're going to the Autotrol, and we still have one to go. So let's jump in to have a very quick first look, and we'll see what we get. Very nice. Luckily I have night vision, because if not we wouldn't see a lot in here. Let me actually remove it to give you an idea how it looks. And well, I could wait for a second or drink a little bit of milk, but there you go. Now you will see exactly how it looks. So really dark place in here. So that's why I'm using this very cool armor. And if you take a look at what we need to get the next, the Autotrol Necronomicon, you will see it's exactly the same as before. So we need this gold flesh surrounded by an Autotrol essence, and you guessed it, how we get the Autotrol essence. Same way as before, we need to use the Staff of Rending and get Autotrol energy. So I will do that and be back in a second. Alright, so there you go, we're almost there. 98 of Autotrol's energy, and this is some of the guys you can find in this dimension, but I'll show the rest once I build a nice platform here. But one more, 98, 99, and we get the Autotrol essence. Now we can combine these in here to get the skin. And then we can combine the skin with the Redline Necronomicon to get the next Autotrol Necronomicon. So there you go. This is the next Necronomicon, and you can see it right here. We have the Autotrol section. So let me build a nice platform and explain some of the materials and what we can do in here to actually progress. Alright, so now that we reach this dimension, there's a couple of new materials. We have this Orbital Stone that we can use, actually, we can combine, and we can use with the Etaxium. This Etaxium, by the way, I forgot to mention before, but if you grab an Endstone using a transmutation, you get this Etaxium, and it's really nice because it's a very strong material. And actually you can only break it using, for example, an Etaxium pickaxe that you can craft with these Etaxium's ingots, okay? And but now that we are in this dimension, we can use these stones, combine it with Etaxium to create these dark Etaxium bricks, which is a stronger version of these Etaxium bricks in here. So that's basically most of the materials. Of course, there is a combination of other materials using the same, as you can see in here. For example, the pillars, that is a combination of those two with that, etc. But now one of the things we need to do in here is actually reach the center of this dimension. So we're gonna have to go to X4, so I'm gonna have to travel. Let me travel actually to that direction, and as soon as I'm there, I'll keep recording. Look at some of the mobs actually on this dimension. These are the remnant, and you see how they're trying to attack me all at the same time. Okay, but yeah, these are all remnants from this in here. But let me find the center of these. So we're gonna have to go to X4 and Z7. So X4 is basically that. Z7 is that direction over there. So I'll meet you guys once I'm there. So there you go, this is the crafting recipe. You put this in here and you get finally the Abyssal Nomicon, which is the last book that actually you can get. This, by the way, I didn't explain a lot of the stuff that we have in here, but I have to leave something for you to explore. But these are all some crystal bags. This is actually a very huge crystal bag, which you can craft once you get a bunch of those skin and stuff. But there you go though. So this is the Abyssal Nomicon. So you have also the Dark Realm in here. Oh, this is a new one. I've never seen that one. Let's see, what do you need to do? Once you have reached the Dark Realm, there isn't much to do down here apart from facing infinite wave of Shadow Being and Sancton, as this is his natural habitat. My reason to intentionally fall down here will be to obtain large quantity of Shadow Gems or Sack Souls. And I think to fall down here means that we actually need to fall in the Dark Realm, and I think that is actually falling down this dimension. So let's get out of here for a second, and I'm thinking that we need to actually fall down over there. So let's see if that is the case. Let's jump. There you go. So right now, if we take a look, we are in the Dark Realm. Okay, so in here you can see that what we can do is just fight these guys, which are gonna give us a bunch of these gems and shadow fragments, etc, etc. So this is the dimension of these shadow monsters. But I guess there's not much else to do in here. Abyssal Nomicon, we have this Chulu statue. So now we can craft the statue. And the staff of the gatekeeper, the staff of just gatekeeper of the abyss. Nice. So I'm guessing that staff is exactly the same as the other one. So I can right click on the shadow figures, and I'm gonna start getting the shadow energy right now. So very nice. But I think that's it, guys, for these mod spotlight. I hope you like it. I hope it wasn't too long, but is everything that you need to know so far with AbyssalCraft. I hope you like it. I hope you enjoy it. If you do, don't forget to subscribe and like the video. It really helped me out, and see you of course in the next one. Bye bye.